So, you have finally decided to do it. You have finally gathered enough courage to follow the business trend which can increase diversity, maximize savings, minimize expenses, and increase your talent pool from million potential employees to at least a billion potential employees. Yes, you are correct. The business trend in question is hiring remote workers for your business. I'll be completely honest with you. Hiring remote workers isn't a walk in a park if you don't know the essential steps for doing so. Well, fear not. We are here to save the day and provide you with the 6 essential steps to hiring remote workers for your business, which, if you practice them, will show you that hiring remotely is indeed a beautiful walk in a park. So why should you hire remotely? What are the benefits of that? As we have previously mentioned, the world is moving away from the traditional concept of physical office space and is headed in the direction of hiring people who are not going to be physically present in your offices. Should you do it? Definitely. Just look at the many benefits you can achieve if you do so. Access to a larger talent pool, cost savings, increased productivity, improved work-life balance, diversity and inclusion, reduced environmental impact. Now, these are just the most significant benefits, and if you still aren't convinced, you can read about the benefits that remote hiring brings to your business on our blog, and I promise you, you'll be Googling steps to hiring remote workers. But thank God, you're already here. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the rules which will bring success to your remote hiring journey and show you how to successfully hire remote workers, step by step. First off, we have to define the role. It is very important to have a clear understanding of the role you're looking to fill before you start the hiring process. This includes identifying the skills, experience, and qualifications needed to be successful in the role. You may also want to consider the level of experience required, the type of personality that would fit well with your company culture, and any other specific requirements. After you have defined the role, it is time to create a job listing which you will later post on a job board for remote work. Your job listing should accurately describe the role and what you're looking for in a candidate. Make sure to include the job title, a brief overview of the position, the responsibilities and duties, and the required qualifications. You may also want to include information about your company, its culture, and any benefits or perks offered. So now that you have created a job listing, you should post it somewhere. Where is that? There are many job boards for remote work and other job sites for remote work where you can post your job listing to attract potential candidates. Some of the best job boards for remote work include HireBasis, LinkedIn, Indeed, and many other remote job boards. Out of the previously mentioned job boards for remote work, the only free job board for remote work is HireBasis, which makes it one of a kind. If you're looking to spend a buck, then many other job boards for remote work are also available. And you may also want to consider posting on social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook to reach a wider audience. To conclude the third rule, utilizing popular social media and the best job boards for remote work by posting your job listing on them, you can reach many potential remote employees. Now that your job listing is up and running on job boards, social media, and more, you probably have received applications. Once you've received applications, it is time to screen the applicants. And the reason why you screen them is you have to identify the most qualified candidates. To do so, you must review resumes and cover letters to ensure that the candidate meets the requirements outlined in the job listing. Now, one thing that scares traditional HR managers away from remote hiring is screening applicants. Why is that? Well, they're used to being able to scan and screen applicants while they are physically present in the same room as them. But with remote hiring, that is not the case. So the way to overcome this issue is to utilize many modern tools which are available to everyone. For example, Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, eSkill, and many more. Now comes a very important and crucial step. You have to assess if the person can be hired as an independent contractor or employee. When hiring remote workers, it is important to determine if the worker should be hired as an employee or an independent contractor. This determination should be based on the worker's job responsibilities, the amount of control they will have over their work, and other factors. If the worker is misclassified, it can lead to legal and financial issues down the line. We would argue that this step is the most important one, because making a mistake in this step might take you from the road of minimizing expenses to unwillingly increasing them. If you're unsure of how to classify a potential employee, consult with a lawyer or an HR professional. If you decided that you want to hire an employee, make sure to pay close attention to the next rule. Employer of record, or simply EOR. An essential step if you assess that you want to hire an employee. So what is an EOR? Employer of record, or EOR, is a service that enables businesses to hire and manage remote workers without having to establish a legal entity in each country where the workers are located. Essentially, an EOR acts as the legal employer of the workers, handling payroll, taxes, benefits, and other employment-related tasks on behalf of the business. Therefore, when you use an EOR to hire employees overseas, you are securing yourself from many dangers, such as financial, legal, and more. The best EORs in the current market are Remote and Oyster HR. Thanks to all the tools they provide, they are most likely to stay on top of the game for much more time. Thankfully, HireBasis is directly connected to the best EORs in the market. Once you've hired a remote worker, you have to onboard and manage that remote worker. You will do this by ensuring they have the necessary equipment and tools to do their job. This may include providing a company laptop or other equipment, or if that is not easy due to geographical limitations, financing the equipment is also an option. Establish communication protocols, such as regular check-ins and video meetings, to ensure that the worker feels connected to the team. Set clear expectations for performance and deliverables, and provide feedback regularly to help the worker improve. Finally, be prepared to address any issues that arise, such as scheduling conflicts or technical difficulties, to ensure the worker is able to perform their job effectively. So, are you ready to hire remote workers? Hiring remotely has never been easier, especially with all the new tools and systems which make the process of hiring remote workers a piece of cake. Now is the time to get into it, since the business world is still in transition, and trust me, you do not want to miss out on this one. Going through the steps, you might think how similar it is to traditional hiring. Well, you're right, with slight differences, it essentially is the same process. So don't be scared of it. It is the future of yours, mine, and everybody else's who is in the job market. After you read through and master these steps, you will define the role you want to remotely hire people for, and then you will want to find free job boards for remote work. Well, that is where we come in to help you. HireBasis is a very user-friendly, free job board for remote work, which not only allows you to post job listings, but also to browse through more than 10,000 potential employees and directly hire them through an EOR of choice, with which HireBasis is directly collaborating with. Do not miss out. Create your profile now, post a job listing, and hire as many remote employees as you want.